So, well, unless you guys follow any of my blogs, as you've noticed, I've been a little off the radar lately. Well, for one, it's, next week is finals week, so I've been, like, super busy cramming for that. I have a 10-page paper to write by Thursday, and I haven't started it yet. I only just got a hold of the book I need for the paper, so I have to read the book and then write the paper, so yay! I've got a Japanese kanji quiz tonight, and then I've got Chapter 5 exam on Wednesday. I have to give a small presentation in English tomorrow about a book we're reading in class. I still have to figure out the dates and times and the locations of where all my final exams are even going to be. So I'm a little stressed, you know? Just a little bit. Yeah, okay, kind of like going off the deep end here. Yeah, so, well, you know, for me, when I get really stressed, you know, unlike most people who either, you know, relieve their stress by drinking a lot or doing the whole pampering me time sort of activities, I go off on a tangent and have a psychotic break, because that's just what I do. Over the weekend, I kind of broke down and admitted that I'm suffering a bit of an identity crisis. And I mean, I know it's going to sound silly to you guys if you haven't ever gone through anything like this, because admittedly, it sounds trivial when you try to explain the mechanics of it or the physical manifestations of it, but like, it's pretty deep, man, and it's kind of fucked up because you don't know yourself in it anymore, and it's scary. But okay, so on a more obvious note, I've always been like, I don't want to say always, but for a long time, I've been into like alternative scenes and cultures. Like, I'm a huge fan of anything and everything that is goth, because it's awesome, because the music is great. I don't think I ever leave the house normally without wearing black, because I don't feel comfortable without it. You know, I think I like things that are creepy, cute, and odd, and grotesque, but I don't know, like, I always felt that just fit me, that it wasn't something I had to put on, you know, that black lace and petticoats and combat boots was just a fundamental part of, like, how I presented myself, and that would never change, that I would always gravitate towards that, because that was my comfort zone. That was what I knew, that was what I wanted. But lately, like, for a while there, it's like, how do I put this? Like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I felt like, for a couple weeks, I've been a completely different person. I mean, last week I was wearing a cream-colored sweater, pastel pink jeans, both items which have gold sparkles. I didn't have an ounce of black on me, and like, I looked like a normal person, you know? Like, even a trendy normal person, you know? Like, getting into the whole sparkly holiday spirit and stuff. And for the time, that was okay. But now I think back to myself just veering away from my comfort zone so completely and not even giving a shit. That's scary, because it's like, do I even have a comfort zone anymore? You know, do I have an identity? Like, I mean, I realize that, like, we're all multifaceted individuals. You know, we don't just fit well, some people do, but normally we don't just fit ourselves into one little box, one little category, and call it good. We leak into 1,000 boxes, you know, we stretch ourselves out, we expand. You know, we encompass so many different, you know, I guess, we ooze into lots of different subcultures and labels, you know, like, I'm not just a goth. I don't just listen to goth music. I don't just dress in black. I don't just write depressing poetry. I mean, I don't write poetry at all, so that's beside the point. But it's like, you know, I also like to work out. I like to, well, sometimes I like to eat healthy. I enjoy listening to the Spice Girls once in a while. It's my guilty pleasure. I'm totally kosher with dancing around the room, whatever, you know. I still like having, like, you know, movie nights with the family. You know, I still work hard at, you know, my studies when I'm not having a psychotic breakdown or tweaking out because my meds aren't working, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm still, like, a normal person, you know. So it's like that, and that's fine. But lately it feels like, in order to hang on to who I was and who I was comfortable with being, I feel like to hang on to that, I have to shove myself back into one of those little boxes with the exclusion of everything else. It's not healthy. It's not, and I know that, but it's like, I don't want to move away from that. That's who I was for so long. I don't want to leave it behind, you know, but it's like, at the same time, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, when I was blogging last night, you know, like, I was talking about how I can't really wear anything outrageous here on my college campus, like I would even do back home, and that would be fine. You know, I can't do it because here I face, like, you know, harassment and almost physical violence, and it's a hassle, you know. I don't want to have to worry about, am I going to get, like, molested or robbed every time I step outside my apartment. That's not cool. You know, with all, like, the robberies and assaults going on in my neighborhood, I mean, the less attention I draw to myself, the better, right? And it's sad that it has to be that way. But I was exploring that idea on my blog last night. If I remember, I'll post a link to it in the comment or the description box, so you guys can check. It's dark. Everything I write's dark these days, whatever. But right, I was kind of exploring the idea that, like, this place, this college, this campus is turning me into a drone. Like, before I came here, and even the first part of last year, I was like, okay, so a minute, but I was like, you know, I was myself. I was passionate about all the things I liked, and all of a sudden, it was a downward spiral, and I stopped caring because I was, like, so overwhelmed with everything that was going on. And it's like, you know, when you're struggling to make ends meet financially, and you have to focus all your time on, like, making sure you don't fail your classes and not going crazy, you sort of lose track of who you are. You know, you put that on the back burner. But, like, before I came here, I was really solid in who I was and what I wanted to be and what was comfortable and what felt right for me. But the longer I've been here, like, the less I've been able to focus on myself, and the more of that I'm losing. And it scares me. I feel like this place is killing me, you know? Like, it's squashing out any of my uniqueness, any of my passion, any of my creativity. It's just gone. I don't know. It's just funny because this college lauds itself as being, like, really diverse and embracing creativity and different people and cultures, and yet at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's turning me into another drone, you know? Like, I've stopped caring, you know? It's like, I just want to get done and get out of here. But then, like, thinking about my future, it's like, how much longer am I really going to get away with being who I am and being successful at the same time? I can't be who I am and go to Japan and work there. I can't. Because their culture would not accept me, and why would I go then, right? It's like, I'm not going to force them to say, hey, this is who I am. If you don't like it, change your culture, because that's wrong. So it's like, I guess because it's looming closer, and I feel like I'm going to have to really tone down everything about myself. Maybe it's one of those like existential identity crises you have when you're like in your mid-20s and you're like, holy shit, where is my life going? You know, because I'm 25 years old. You know, if my life had followed a normal path, I would have been out of university and probably on to something amazing already. But that's not the way things went. You know, I'm a late bloomer, and that's fine. But I don't know, I think I'm just lamenting all the time I wasted, you know, that I could have spent actually having fun and being myself and enjoying youth, you know, instead of being captive in an abusive relationship for 3 years away from my family, you know. That kind of skews things a little bit. So I'm rambling. Basically, I'm stressed to the max because I have finals, because problems at home, because I don't have any friends, you know, not real ones, not ones I can really talk to, because they wouldn't be able to fathom the shit that goes on in my head, and they wouldn't be able to understand, you know, when their biggest fucking dilemma is what they're gonna do for their 21st birthday, and oh my god, my mom can't be, you're 21, grow up, go out and party with your friends like a normal fucking person, you know, and it's like, me, I'm on the brink of fucking suicide half the time, and it's like, I don't fucking care what you're doing for your 21st birthday. I might not have another birthday. It's just so stupid, you know. But that's the extent of their, like, gargantuan worries. It's like I can't relate to anybody. Because I feel like I'm falling apart at the seams, but nobody seems to get that, or nobody cares, and not that I necessarily expect anyone to care, but when I say, hey, I'm having a fucking problem, and people who are supposed to be my friends, who are supposed to be my support, just bail on me because they don't get it. I don't know. I'm getting angry here. That's beside the point. I need to, yeah. I'm okay, really. I haven't had any coffee yet, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't had any coffee yet, so this is a problem. But yeah, so what about you guys? Any major life crises that you've had to deal with lately? You know, what's going on in your life I want to know, you know, what's going on with you? We all have troubles, we all have problems. Maybe talking about yours could help me put mine in perspective so I can get the fuck over my stupid shit and move on with life, you know? It might be a good idea. Sometimes I tell myself I should just pretend none of it's existing and just push forward like none of it matters and just say fuck it. What does it matter what I care about? What does it matter what I like? What does it matter who I am? It doesn't. In the great scheme of things, it doesn't matter because nobody cares. Not even me. That's the heart of the problem. I have stopped caring. Well, that's a bit of a downer, isn't it? But, anyway, I, hope you guys are enjoying December so far. Last night we got like 15 inches of snow. That sucked. It was kind of hard getting back up to campus because the roads were not plowed at all. Yeah. So, we have snow. It looks like winter. That's epic. It's about fucking time. So, anyway. How's it going on your end? Let me know. Even if all you're going to do is bash me for being an idiot or tell me that I'm stupid or, you know, you could even tell me to go fucking off myself. I might take your suggestion, believe it or not. So, I'm going to go after that coffee now, and then I'm going to continue reading my book, and then try to write a paper on it tonight, and then try to get a PowerPoint done for tomorrow, and then study for my Japanese quiz. Because that's the extent of my life these days.